Welcome to AI and Your Next Job, the podcast that helps you navigate your career in the age of artificial intelligence. I'm Brian C. Newman, and in each episode, I'll share practical strategies to help you stand out, adapt, and thrive in today's evolving job market. I've spent more than 3 decades in the technology and telecom industries, leading teams through major transformations, from building next-generation networks to bringing AI into business operations. Along the way, I've also created courses that have helped thousands of professionals adapt to change. I started this podcast because I see the same disruption happening now in the job market. AI is changing how people get hired, how careers grow, and what skills matter most. My goal is simple: to give you clear, practical strategies that help you navigate this new reality and land your next opportunity. At this point, I plan to produce and deliver new episodes twice per week, Monday and Thursday. Monday to start your week off, and Thursday to provide a near end-of-week boost. Let's get going by starting with the basics. Today, most companies use some form of AI or automated systems in their hiring process. Resumes are often scanned by applicant tracking systems before a human ever sees them. LinkedIn and job boards use algorithms to match candidates to openings. Recruiters themselves rely on AI tools to sort through huge volumes of applications. But it's not just companies using AI. Job seekers are too. More and more candidates are turning to AI tools to help tailor resumes, write cover letters, prepare for interviews, and even simulate interview practice. Some use chatbots to refine their answers to common questions or tools that analyze job descriptions and suggest optimized keywords. So what does this mean for you as a job seeker? Keywords matter more than ever. If your resume doesn't align with the language in the job description, there's a good chance it gets filtered out. And remember, your LinkedIn profile isn't just an online resume anymore, it's data that feeds into algorithms. The result is that visibility, networking, and personal branding now carry as much weight as your actual skills and experience. And here's where things get even tougher. The Wall Street Journal recently reported that the average job search now stretches to 24 weeks. That's about 6 months. During that time, many candidates are spending thousands of dollars on career coaches, AI-powered resume services, premium subscriptions, and networking events. Some are spending as much as $10,000 just to position themselves for one interview out of 100 applications. On top of that, there's another challenge most people don't see. AI is often making hard yeses or no decisions before a recruiter ever looks at your application. If the system decides that you're not a fit for one role, it usually rejects you outright rather than considering you for other open positions where your skills might actually align better. That's a lost opportunity for both sides. This raises some big questions. For candidates, how much should you have to invest just to be considered? And for companies, what does it say about your hiring process if the best prepared candidates are simply the ones who can afford to market themselves like a product? The reality is that talent markets are evolving, but this shift also risks deepening inequities, leaving capable people behind if they can't pay for the extras, or if AI filters them out before they've even had a chance to make their case. So what can you do if you're job searching right now? The good news is that you don't have to spend thousands to compete. There are free and low-cost AI tools that can help you refine your resume, practice interviews, and polish your online presence. Focus on clarity and storytelling in your applications rather than chasing every paid service. One important strategy is to anticipate that AI systems may screen you out of one role without ever considering you for others. That means you need to be proactive. Don't rely on a single application. Look for ways to highlight transferable skills and tailor your resume to each role's language. When possible, apply directly through company sites instead of only those job boards that you know about, since that sometimes gives you more visibility across multiple positions. On LinkedIn, consistency and engagement often matter more than premium subscriptions. Posting thoughtful content, commenting on industry updates, and showcasing your expertise can dramatically increase your visibility, and none of that costs a dime. And networking doesn't have to mean expensive conferences either. Many professional communities and local groups host free or low-cost meetups, webinars, and virtual events. Sometimes the most valuable connections come from places you already belong: alumni groups, volunteer organizations, or online forums. The bottom line is this: AI is changing how companies hire, but it doesn't have to work against you. Yes, automated systems can reject applications outright and overlook great candidates. Yes, the job search can feel longer and more expensive than ever, but you still have tools and strategies within your control. Think of AI not as a wall, but as a part of the process you're learning to navigate. When you adapt your resume to job descriptions, build a visible online presence, and lean into authentic networking, you increase the odds of getting through those filters and into real conversations. The hiring process may feel unfair at times, and it is, but preparation and persistence can tip the balance back in your favor. The key is to combine smart use of technology with the human side of your story, your voice, your experiences, and your perspective. That's what ultimately makes you stand out in a market shaped by algorithms. So, AI is here to stay in hiring, but it doesn't mean the system has to control your future. You don't need to outspend everyone else to be visible. What you need are smart, strategic moves, tailoring your applications, building a strong online presence, and telling your story in a way that technology can recognize and people can connect with. If you've experienced the frustration of being screened out by algorithms or felt the rising costs of the job search, I'd love to hear from you. Connect with me on LinkedIn and share your story. Your perspective may actually help others facing the same challenges. And if this episode gave you something to think about, follow the podcast so you won't miss what's next, including a look at the skills AI can't replace and practical ways to use AI tools in your own job search. Thanks for spending this time with me on AI in your next job. I'm Brian C. Newman. See you in the next episode.